photocopying up there. All right, so it looks like problem number 1, the answer I have x equals -8. Number 2, I have -8. So if you missed one, maybe I made an error, so we can go back over and do it if you want. Number 3, I have x equals 7. Number 4, looks like I have x equals 1. Number 5, I have x equals 4. Number 6, I think I have z equals 2. If I can read my own writing. Number 7, it looks like x equals 3. Number 8, w equals 1. Number 9, I have x equals 4. And then run through 10. I'll actually do number 10. So, all right. So you came across a question, I believe. Number 2. Could you read me number 2, please?
1/2 x plus 15 equals 11.
Equals 11?
Yeah.
You guys okay back there? I think I could subtract 15 from both sides first. What do you think? Is that all right? So let's do this. Subtract 15, subtract 15. -4, thank you. And I get 1/2 x is equal to -4. What would I have to do to both sides now? Multiply by 2, divide by half, yeah, and all the, what do you got?
I did, so I did times 2 on each side first.
In the very
And
beginning?
I subtracted it by 2.
So you got this?
And I got 7.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we get the same answer. So if I multiply by 2 by 2,
It's 8.
got that, or if I did your way, 8, yeah, you just,
Yeah.
either way. So, yeah. So what this way was right here was a way, remember I said last week I'll show you a way of clearing the denominator later? This is a definite clearing the denominator problem. But if you got the answer getting there this way, you're totally appropriate. Yeah?
Number 3.
3. Can you tell me what number 3 says, please? Hang on. Clear ink. Number 3?
-7x
-7x.
plus 15 equals -34.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. You done with the water bottle yet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure. Let's see. Subtract 15 from both sides. -7x is equal to -49. Thank you. And then divide each side by -7. So x is equal to 7. Sweet. Yeah. Number 7. Number 7. What does it say?
1 minus 4x equals 11, or -11.
Equals -11 like that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's subtract 1 from each side. So -4x is equal to -12. Divide each side by -4. X is equal to +3. Anything else? Any other questions? Other than the very last one, I'll go to that one right now.
Wait, sure to interrupt.
Yes.
Number 5.
Number 5. Subtract 3, subtract 3. Yes, we could do our line. That cancels that. -x is equal to -4. You don't want a negative variable, so multiply both sides by -1. There you go. Yeah.
Could you do 9?
9. X plus 6 over 2 equals 5. So remember, the x plus 6 is all the way on top. So in order to get rid of the x plus 6, what you do is multiply both sides completely by 2 first. That's going to cancel this. Then x plus 6 becomes all alone. And 5 times 2 is 10. Then from there, I'll subtract 6 from either side. So you get x is equal to 4. Another way you could have looked at this is you could have broken it up to look like this. You could have broken it up like that, and then you could realize that that's the same thing as 3. Subtract 3, and then multiply by 2. So 2 different ways of approaching it, exact same answer. Both ways are appropriate. Do the way that your mind works on. Yeah?
Number 8.
8. Subtract 1/3 first. So then 7/3 minus 1/3 is 6 over 3, which is 2. And then divide by 2. So you get W equals 1. Cool? What? I heard one someone say mumble. We're getting there. Number 4. Subtract 6 from both sides, so you'll get 4 equals negative 4x. And then divide each side by negative 4. So you get x equals negative 1. Ready for 10? Ready, set, here we go. Oh, it's a story. Yeah, Clary. Number 10, we got some story here. One cell phone plan costs $30 per month. Each minute costs you an extra 35 cents. For a bill of $65.70, how many minutes did you use? Okay, this is kind of the older school cell phone plans. Right now, you just pay a flat rate, and you get probably as many phone calls or texts as you need. Back in the day, it used to charge you by the minute. And I do recall there was a time when texting first came out, and text cost like 3 cents each to send, or something like that. And I remember I had students going on, I got grounded for my cell phone. Why is that? I rang up $2,000 this month in texts. And you're like, you what? So now it's gotten a little bit better. So one cell phone plan. So you have some cell phone plan that is going to cost you $30 as a flat fee. And then for each minute, it's going to cost you that. So if you use 0 minutes, you're going to pay $30 for the month, regardless. Does that make sense? And then they're telling you that you have a bill that was $65.70. So this is going to tell us, so what are you solving for? Call it X. Okay, so we're solving for the minutes, so we're going to call that X. And then write an equation for this situation. It's right there. And then solve for X and explain what it means, what our words mean. Okay, so can I drop the dollar signs? It's not a variable or anything, is it? It's just there. Okay, so I have 30 plus 0.35x, remember changing minutes x, equals 65.70. Is that okay so far? How should I go through and start solving that? Yeah. Love it. Subtract the 30 from each side as the first move. So you get 0.35x. To subtract that, I think it's 3570, 35.7. And to keep it in the context of that, we should do that. Then what? Divide by 35? 0.35. Yeah, keep the decimal good. All right, so divide each side by 0.35. Anyone have a calculator out? X equals 102. So if you go 35.70 divided by 0.35, you get 102. What does that 102 represent? How many minutes we've used, right? Is there a dollar sign on the 102? No. Because though the minutes costed you, it's just you're saying how many minutes you've used on your cell phone. Excuse me. Hey, did that no namer find a name? Did the papers make it all the way around yet? Not yet.
Well, there's like a lot of them.
There's some people that are over there. Oh, okay.
There's like 2 words.
All right. So send it back around. If you've gotten both of yours out, send them both around. Let's take a look at this week. So this week we are working our way through solving variables. So we started out with one step where you had to add, subtract, multiply, divide each side in order to get the letter by itself. And then we went to multi-step where you had to add, subtract, multiply, divide first. Then you had to do some other math operation second in order to get the letter alone. We will continue to work on that a little bit today. Then we'll start going on the variable on either side tomorrow. And Wednesday will be the same thing. Wednesday, we have that collaboration day in the morning, so all classes are adjusted by a few minutes, so us teachers can do.
What time do you come?
Don't know. Look in your bare necessities or your bare facts or
So we got the storm schedule.
8:10. There should be a schedule. Unfortunately, I don't have it up on the wall.
Wait, we got to sleep until 8. Oh,
Be here by 8:10.
yeah, this class.
I believe so. No.
Oh, these are mine.
Yeah. I don't know how that works. So I would just be aware it's if they are running and it's normal time, you get here and you're like, dude, we're not even supposed to be in class yet. So that might be. So please be aware that. So we have a couple days to figure that out. Then Thursday we have 4 more steps and then finishing up 4 more steps. On Wednesday, do note that we do have a quiz 1 week from that day. So Wednesday of next week we will have a quiz. We good?
Yeah, is it on like?
Is it on like
Yes.
Like
What?
Is it on like kindergarten?
Yes. Identifying the colors on the color wheel.
Oh, sweet.
The basic ones. Only the 8-pack.
All
right. Let's get our worksheet. Worksheet number 4B. It's page 13. Get this out. You can keep it out. You can keep it in your notebook for right now. But let's see if we can kind of work through this. What I'd like you to do is, why don't we give you all the next 15 minutes to get 1 through 10 done. And then what we'll do is we'll go over it as a class. So I'll give you until we're making a classwork for right now. Is that okay? Yeah, work with each other. What I would do is break it up into problems. Figure out how you want to do it. But at 7:47, which is a big airplane, we will start going through these. Cool? So everyone know what to work on? Ready, set. All right, problem number 1. We have 4a minus 5 is equal to 11. Go ahead. How do we do it?
Alright, so you add 5 on each side.
Okay. Add 5 on each side. Do we agree? And I'm not going to put the dotted line for me. Let's see. 4a is equal to 16. Divided by 4. So a is equal to 4. Does that go along with the letter or on the worksheet? Sweet. All right. Problem number 2. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's yours? I like it. So recognize the variables on the far side. So subtract 17. That cancels that. So that's negative 1 is equal to negative t. What should I do? Yeah.
Well, since they're both negative, you want to change the sign so it becomes positive.
Perfect. So theoretically, you're multiplying both sides by a negative 1. So you know that t is equal to 1. That's all you'd have to do. Okay so far? Problem number 3. What should we do? Someone new. Multiply each side by negative 3. I agree if you're going to clear the denominator. So what you're saying, I really like that. That means I have to multiply this by negative 3, this by negative 3, and this by negative 3. You want to go with that? I'm happy to. Okay, I'm going to multiply this by negative 3, and multiply this by negative 3, and this by negative 3. That's negative 24 is equal to k. What does this become now?
Positive.
Positive 6. So that's a way to clear the denominator. That's a really neat way to do it, as long as you recognize that you have to multiply all terms. And then I'm going to subtract 6. So I get negative 30 is equal to k, or k equals negative 30. Your choice how you want to do it. K equals negative 30. What about number 4? Shout out. Yeah.
You multiply by -4.
Yeah, I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. So this right here, this grouping right here is just one term. So you just have to multiply both sides by 4. So I get b plus 7 is equal to 36. Is that all right? Then what?
-7.
Subtract 7 each side. Love it. So I get a little room right here. So I get b is equal to, well, that should be a 7, huh? What is that? 29? Okay. Number 5. Shout out. Do I have like terms?
Yeah.
What are my like terms?
12C.
12c and 60. So let's add them together. I get what?
18C.
I love it. 18c is equal to 36. Do you agree? What should I do to undo this? Divide each side by 18. Perfect. So I get c is equal to 2. Is that okay? Number 6. Do I have like terms on number 6?
Yeah.
What are my like terms on the left side?
14x
14x and 11x, which is?
25x.
25x. And then I'm just going to write this down. Some of you might have skipped this step, but is that all right so far?
There.
What should I do from there?
Minus
Subtract 10. I love it. So subtract 10. I think I could squeeze this in here. 25x is equal to 75. Divide each side by 25. Squeeze in there. So x equals how much? 3. Those are the first 6. What do we feel? Is there any of those that you're like, whoa, I did it this way, and my answer totally doesn't match? Because you might have done it a certain way. You might have changed the operation that you did, and it might have been the same answer, but I don't know. Are we okay? Feeling good? Can I do 7, 8, 9, 10?
You may.
Can I clear this? Does anybody need this still? Hello, can you do? Oh, one other thing. If you ever need to use the restroom, don't have that. So just go. Cool. That's just kind of one thing that I go with. All right, clear ink. So number 7. So we get a little goofy. So some of these might have been a little bit further along, but I think that we can kind of work through them. This one's okay because we have like terms on the left side. What are my like terms? 19W and 6W. So if I combine this with this, what do I get?
13W.
Is everyone okay with that? 13W? Now what? Add what? 13. Add 13 to both sides. Perfect. That cures that. 13W is equal to negative 26. Is that right? Did I do that math right? I think. What's the last step? How are 13 and W being held together? Multiplication. So what division. So I'm going to divide each side by 13. Awesome. So I get W is equal to, help me out.
-2.
Negative 2. You all right? That was number 7. So number 8, number 9, number 10 got a little goofy. Now, I think maybe we gave this to you a little too quickly as far as stuff, but I think we might be able to go through it. Can I clear?
May you?
May I? I may.
Oh, I got this one.
You always have one literature kid in the class. So this looks a little bit different than we've seen. Thoughts? Yeah?
You distribute 4.
You're real close.
Negative.
You're real, what?
Negative.
Is that all right?
That's what I meant to say.
Okay, I thought you did, but I just want to make sure. So I'm going to distribute negative 4 here and here. Should I go all the way across to here?
No.
Why not?
It's not in the.
It's not in the parentheses, not grouped together. So negative 4 times 2n is negative 8n plus negative 4 times negative 5,
20.
positive 20. Awesome. I'll tell you what, right here is where a huge error takes place. Okay, realize that this sign will be the opposite of that. Okay, it changes it. Okay, then I have this. At that point, it becomes something we've seen over and over and over again. Do you agree? Two-step equation. So what's my first step of this two-stepper?
Minus 20.
Minus 20? I'm with you. I'm with you. So I get negative 8n is equal to
Negative 48.
negative 48?
Negative.
Negative 48? No?
Yeah.
Negative 8?
No, it's negative 48.
Okay, hang on. Let's think about this real quick. I have negative 28 and I have negative 20. I'm combining them together. So this is like I walk into a store. I see something that costs $28. I see something that costs $20. I reach in my pockets. I got no money. How much do I owe?
Negative 48.
Negative 48. So we got further negative. Does that make sense? Can you make that clear? So yeah, you combine them. You're combining them together to get to a further negative number. Okay, because the negative 28 means you've, on the number line, you're already 28 over to the left of 0. And then minus 20 means you're going to move further left on the number line to get you negative 48. What should I do to get negative 8 gone? Divide each side by negative 8. And a lot of times you're starting to deal with a whole bunch of signs. So I have negative over negative, which is positive.
6.
So I got positive 6. Feel okay?
Yep.
May I clear this board? All right. Clearing. Number 9. 8s plus 3, 12 minus 7s equals 49. Thoughts? Distribute what? The 3. Let's just, okay. Do I distribute the 3 to the 8s? No, I'm going to distribute here and to here. I'm not that because those are being grouped together. So the 8s remains as it is for right now. Plus 36 minus 21s equals 49. Is that all right? Do we follow what we have done so far? I think I have a couple of like terms on the left side. What do you think?
8s and negative
8s and negative 21s I agree with. If I combine those together, what do I get? Negative what?
Negative 13s.
Negative 13s plus 36 is equal to 49. Subtract 36. I'm with you. Cancels. Negative 13s equals 49 minus 36. 13. Divide each side by negative 13. So s is equal to what?
Negative 1.
Cool. All right, so guys and girls, we are just about out of here. So I would say, why don't you get 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 done for tomorrow. Do your best on it. Some of it's like, oh man, we got word problems. You kidding? Yeah, I'm not kidding. So, we all set? Everyone happy? Anyone sad? Was it a good weekend? I hope.